join us, to come down to Gujarat, visit us, and see the economic activity there. Incidentally, Mr. Modi is also the front runner, the Prime Ministerial candidate for the BJP for the coming general elections in April. I'm very confident that's going to happen, and then we would be playing at the national level rather than at the state level. My colleague Mr. Janak Sheth has already told you a little bit about Gujarat, but yes, Gujarat has a 1600-kilometer coastline. It has a population of about 60 million, and the statistics on the business has already been given by Janak. So we are a very important state as far as the economy of the country is concerned. Gujarat's contribution to the industrial development of the country is unquestioned, and we are the economic powerhouse which drives the GDP of India. May I present a small video of the Federation of Gujarat Industry?
Vibrant Gujarat Summits. FGI Expo 2013 focused on agro and auto sector, two major growth drivers for the state. The Vibrant Gujarat event was inaugurated by Shri Saurabh Patel, Minister of Energy and Petrochemicals. The flagship event witnessed the presence of industrialists, businessmen and numerous progressive farmers. Concurrent seminars held on agro-technology witnessed presence of over 2,300 farmers and a host of learned speakers. A seminar on auto sector was held jointly with APMA and Government of Gujarat. The Federation regularly invites international delegations to interact with the local industries. FGI and MS University organized an international conference on India-Canada trade and FDI bilateral flows, inaugurated by His Excellency Stuart Beck, High Commissioner.
I think you were short of time, so we're going to just quickly tell you one more thing, that we have a message from our industry minister, and he's invited the delegation from South Africa to come for the Vibrant Gujarat, which is one of the largest events that happens in Gujarat biannually. This Vibrant Gujarat event is going to happen from the 13th to the 15th of January in 2014. It has 2015, yes, that's what I said, 2015. And this event normally attracts delegates from over 70 countries and large investments into the state. There is a very good film, if somebody wants it separately, which is on Gujarat's entry into the renewable energy space. We have now become the second largest wind power generator in the country and the largest solar generation entity. About 200 megawatt of solar power is generated in the state, and this is generated from one place, which is Asia's largest solar park. Yeah, so we just have commissioned that in the state of Gujarat. Before I leave, I just wanted to play a very short 1.5 minute film with your permission, which invites you to Gujarat as a tourist destination. So it's a short film, I'm sure you'll like it. Thank you.
I spent a few days in Gujarat, days that will never leave me. To Somnath, arms folded, head bent in devotion, such a sense of tranquility. Forget berries, forget pain, forget dialogues even. Just the Creator and I, creation. Walking in the footsteps of our forefathers in Durban, I was humbled yet filled with pride. Dwarka gave me Krishna and Moksha. Sabarmati bestowed me with the Mahatma and his teachings. Gujarat has so much to offer. Come, breathe in a bit of Gujarat.
19% of the exports and gives 17% of the GDP of India. So that shows how vibrant the Gujarat is, and we have been growing consistently 10% in GDP over the last more than 10 years now. And Gujarat is truly the land of entrepreneurs. If you see the Bombay Stock Exchange, which is the exchange to look for, like the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. More than 60% of the wealth in the BSE is from Gujarat origin entrepreneurs. Coming to Federation of Gujarat Industries, it has got an illustrious 95-year history, and we have a lot of firsts, like the visit to South Africa is also one of the first. We have a strong 500 membership, and most of them are large members, so there are good opportunities. We are only 15 people here, but we have many companies who are also willing to partner with. We are like the guinea pigs. We come here, we test the ground, but the other 485 companies are waiting to see the outcome. We in FGI hold seminars and conferences, international and national. We had many conferences, and I just mentioned to Mr. Rao that we are holding the, as a run-up to the Vibrant Gujarat 2015, we are having 2 expos, one in water management and one on innovation. I think both are very important for South Africa. I invite all the people here, and also through the Chamber of Commerce and the Indian High Commission here, to invite all the people from South Africa to have a glimpse of Gujarat through the Vibrant Gujarat 2015. And through this delegation, in the last 1 week we are here, we hope we can generate at least $10 million business. Coming to the delegation profile, many of us are from pharmaceutical space. We have the people from the Apex Pharmaceutical Council here, and we have representation from manufacturers of pharmaceutical active ingredients, which are very useful for encouraging the industry here in pharmaceuticals. We also have manufacturers of finished products.
This is the SDP. Yeah, and we have registered very impressive growth not only in industry but also in agriculture. We have by far one of the best infrastructure that any state in India has, and we're very proud that Mr. Modi is the BJP candidate for the national elections coming up, and we have been actively as people from Gujarat trying to lobby on his account, because we would like to see him transform the country the way he's transformed the state. A little bit about the state of Gujarat. Gujarat is on the western coast. We have a 1600-kilometer coastal line. We have 22 ports. We generate 22,000 megawatts of power. We are the only power surplus state in the country, and we are actually exporting about 3,000 megawatts of power to the neighboring states. This is the only state in the country which not only provides 24/7 electricity, but it also feeds the other states. 2014, 2015, and this summit is one which people should not miss. There are delegates from 60 countries, heads of state, and there are actually 2 or 3 countries which partner with the state of Gujarat. This is never heard of, that a country would partner with a state, but this happens in the state of Gujarat. So I'm just going to show you a small film on the Vibrant Gujarat. We carry an invitation from our Chief Minister and the Industry Minister to the South African Chamber of Commerce to kindly come for this Vibrant Gujarat Summit.
Gujarat is unquestionably one of the best states for doing business in India, with all the infrastructure, human resources, industry accumulation and business practice. But above all, it is a vision of the state for the development and full-fledged government support that are most impressive.
But then once the conversation started happening, it didn't take that long with the government, because we both came in with we want to get this done. So at Ford, just like in Gujarat, we get things done and we go fast.
Gujarat is now working towards also making itself a knowledge hub for the country.
I must say that Our experience here in Gujarat is that the authorities are very professional.
Well, definitely it is the transparency, the relationship between the private sector and the government sector. That is the most important part of the partnership.
And I can tell you that the government of Gujarat has been extremely helpful in enabling Canadian businesses to successfully invest in this state, and there is no area in the world that I've seen that is as ripe for business and ripe for investment as Gujarat.
This enthusiasm and confidence is already visible in organizations across the world that are preparing to make their presence in the state. Infrastructure Developer, Office of the Vice President. Global business is abuzz with the preparations for the company's most important business ventures early next year. Engineering company, the General Manager, New Business Development and his team are busy scrutinizing new innovations that the company will need to acquire early next year. Automobile Manufacturer, Vice President, Asia Pacific is on his way to the Asian subcontinent to identify suitable location for a manufacturing plant to meet global expansion targets. Industries, businesses, decision makers, consultants, organizations and individuals from all across the globe are gearing up to congregate at a global business event. An event that has over the past 10 years evolved from being a mere global investment summit to a global business platform, offering immense opportunities for networking, cultural exchanges, business ventures and innovations for the entire Asian subcontinent. Welcome to Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit, the global business hub.
Just to give you
Over the last decade, the global economic focus has shifted to the east. India in particular is fast emerging as the epicenter of this economic shift due to its huge market size and consumption capacity, and also a viable sourcing destination for major multinationals. Leading the India growth story is Gujarat, with its entrepreneurial spirit, strong and stable government, sound policies, innovative initiatives and strong social fabric along with world-class infrastructure. Gujarat, with its vast coastline, excellent connectivity through its ports, roads, rail and air network, is the most economical gateway to the vast Indian hinterland. Gujarat is undoubtedly the most preferred investment destination in India due to a variety of factors, right from ease of doing business with fast-track single-window clearances to ready availability of skills. Fueling this unprecedented growth is the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. Over the past 10 years, this biennial summit has attracted more than 1 lakh delegates from across the globe. The scope and reach of the summit will extend beyond Gujarat and will provide a platform for all other states of India and foreign countries to leverage and reap benefits, making it a global platform in the true sense. So no matter from where you are, whatever your area of interest, Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit is one event you cannot afford to miss, because it is here that the world will exchange ideas, forge partnerships, discover innovations and shape the future. Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit, where the world will converge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the size of the inaugural, I just leave you with a figure. The inaugural itself has 10,000 people.
World's panorama. Energies that we cannot depend upon forever. While many expended precious time in endless debates and discussion, a few across the globe realized the sun's potential as an eternal source of energy and deftly sprung into action. Amongst these few was a state from India, led by a man who believed that a few actions were much bigger than 1,000 good intentions. Gujarat's tryst with renewable energy began in 2009, when it became the first state in the country and the fourth province in the world to establish a dedicated department for climate change. This was followed by the formulation of Solar Power Policy 2009 by the state and signing of power purchase agreements, PPAs, with 80 companies for 960 megawatts of solar power generation. Today, with more than 600 megawatts of installed solar power generation capacity, Gujarat can well be termed as the solar capital of India. Of the many spectacular feats by the state in solar energy sector, the most resounding achievement accomplished in the shortest possible time frame is the Gujarat Solar Park at Charanka, Asia's largest, first of its kind, multi-facility and multi-beneficiary solar park. Today, the park is already generating 214 megawatts of clean, green energy, and when fully commissioned, the project will generate 500 megawatts of solar power. Encouraged by the success of the Phase 1, the government has already initiated work on Phase 2 and 3 of the solar park. In addition to power generation, the park will also feature manufacturing units for solar PV cells and ancillary equipment, R&D facilities, skill development and vocational training centers, and in the process create large-scale employment opportunities for the local populace and lead to significant reduction in cost of solar power. Besides the Gujarat Solar Park, there are several other locations at which private companies, in partnership with the government, have established solar projects generating almost 400 megawatts of solar power. As part of its Clean Climate Initiative, the state has resolved.
So, Gujarat is one of the most vibrant states, and with the parameter is 5% of the population and 5% of the land of India belongs to Gujarat, but 90% of the exports come from Gujarat. 17% of the GDP of India comes from Gujarat, and Gujarat has been having uninterrupted 10% and above GDP growth rate for the last more than 10 years and beyond. And one of the largest growth in agriculture also in Gujarat. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that Gujarat is the land of entrepreneurs. Madam talked about 80 companies having the Gujarat name, but I would say more than 50% of the companies listed in the stock exchange, including the largest company in India, which is having almost 25% of the GDP of India coming from Gujarat. So we are all business people. There is a saying that it's very hard to employ a Gujarati, because if you hire a Gujarati, he's going to learn the tricks of the trade and he'll be your best competitor. So it's hard to find an employee in Gujarat. A lot of people from Kerala and Tamil Nadu come and settle down in Gujarat to be part of the workforce, but that's the story about Gujarat. Coming back to Federation of Gujarat Industries, also having a spectacular 95-year history, one of the oldest and the only Chamber of Commerce having such a huge and vibrant history. We have more than 500 members, and most of the members of the large business communities, some of them have come here today, but many of them are still waiting for us to test ground here. Once we see success, I'm sure they will all flock back the next year when Dr. Swati calls us again. Federation of Gujarat Industries has a very vibrant business center, and we host lots of international and national seminars and conferences, and we invite all of you to come for the Expo, which is the Vibrant Gujarat program in January 2015 as a precursor to the Vibrant Gujarat, which is held in Gandhinagar We are having 2 expos in Federation of Gujarat Industries in water management and innovation. So I invite all of you to come there a little ahead of the Vibrant Gujarat and have an interaction with our 500 strong membership. And today I come here with the delegates, about 15 people coming here, and we have a target of raising 15 million to be part of that 15 billion bilateral trade between South Africa and India, as Dr. Swati mentioned. And we look forward to good interactions with all of you. And we have a support staff, Mr. Xavier and Mr. Nitish Patel.
So,
yeah.
Hello.
He is the Secretary General. So I would request each one of you to also interact with him. Maybe the people, we have 15 companies here, but maybe the product of your interest is not represented. Then you can give your cards to the Secretary General. He will connect you with the 500 members and get you the right company who can interact with you, do business with you, and carry it forward. My personal assessment, ma'am, is that we are talking about 15 billion, we are looking at 20 billion to be a bilateral trade between India and South Africa soon.